Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. So as promised, I said that I would do a bit of an updated video on my kind of like weight loss, fitness kind of journey. So if you guys have seen my last video on this, you'll know that I'm doing, or was doing, a 8-week program with a coach. I have finished that program on Sunday. So I am all done, and I did promise you guys that I would check back in and let you know my thoughts, share any details, all of that kind of jazz. I'm on my squeaky stool again, so sorry if you keep on hearing that noise. So I am going to be doing a physique update at the end of this video, but first I just wanted to kind of run through the changes that I've seen, what I've kind of been doing as part of the program, if I think it's worth it, and then share the coach's details. So just to really quickly recap, in case you didn't see the last video, basically what I've been doing for the 8 weeks is tracking my macros. It's something I've done before, but I also find it very, very confusing to know what's right and wrong. That is the main thing I wanted to do this, is because my struggle has always been food. So I just wasn't sure what I was doing wrong, if that makes sense. And I'm sure loads of people feel the same. I felt like my diet wasn't that bad, and like, you know, I didn't know why I was struggling so much, and it kind of just made me feel a bit blah. And that's the whole point of doing this, is I just wanted to feel, it's not, I mean, I've said from the beginning I want to lose fat, but the main thing is just feeling really healthy. And I feel like over the last maybe like year, I've just been not feeling as fit and healthy as I could have. And don't get me wrong, I still have a long way to go, but that's why I want to kind of kickstart myself back into my kind of health and fitness journey. So I've been tracking my macros, focusing on eating a lot of protein. I've also been doing a split between training and rest day macros as well, which I've not done before. So I try and eat 180 grams of protein every single day, whether I'm training or not. And then obviously I just drop my calories on my rest day by, it's like about 200 calories less, but it all comes out of my like carbs and fat basically. So it was very difficult in the beginning. I struggled to get my protein in, but I really feel like I've kind of gotten into the groove of it now, and I seem to just be hitting it every single day and not feeling like, I don't know, like I'm really pushing myself to eat the protein. I have said that I wasn't really eating meat before, and I have had to step up my meat intake, because that was the main thing, is that I was struggling getting the same amount of protein in from more like vegetarian sources. So that is one big change that I have made to my diet, is reintroducing meat. I still don't eat loads of meat, but I definitely eat a lot more than I used to. What else is there? So workouts I've been doing, which have been set by my coach. So there's obviously just your usual split of quite a lot of leg days. It's very like lower body focused. Not as many upper body workouts as I'm used to. And then kind of like circuit training, which I've got to admit, I hate that. I really, really hate that. It's just not, it's not what I enjoy doing. So I really struggle to push myself when I'm not enjoying it. And that is one thing I feel like, if anyone is in the same kind of boat as me, if you're going to find something to do, just make sure you're going to enjoy it, because if you don't enjoy it and it's not maintainable, then you're not going to stick to it. So that is really, really important. So coach wise, I did say I wasn't going to share her details until I'd done the full course of the program, and I just didn't want to be sharing details of someone that I wasn't sure if I thought it was 100% worth it. I will put her details down below, because I think that she is a very, very lovely girl. I thought the program was really good. However, it wasn't exactly what I was expecting. So it was basically an 8-week program with her, and I thought that was going to be like 8 weeks of coaching with her. She does do one-to-one monthly ongoing coaching, but I thought it was going to kind of be like that, but just an 8-month stint. And it's not like that, and maybe this is just me like not realizing, I don't know, or whether it was not made clear, but it's very much like a group thing. You get put in like a Facebook group, and you get kind of sent documents how to work out your calories, which, don't get me wrong, that my calories and macros, I wanted to learn how to do that myself and how to adjust them. Did I learn how to do that? Yes, and that is the main thing that I wanted from that, so I am really happy with that, don't get me wrong. But I felt like it was just a case of she sent us documents and I never really had like a conversation with her. I don't feel like she didn't know who I was, she didn't know my goals or anything like that. So that is the one thing I think, if you are going to do it, depending on what you want, if you just want a really simple kind of kickstart, then yeah, go for it. And that has given me that. But it's just that I did have the expectation that it would be a little bit more personal. And there were a lot of things that I did struggle with because whether you guys remember me mentioning before or not, I had one of my hips reconstructed when I was younger. And I really struggle with it to this day. It is so much weaker. I get a lot of like stiffness and pain in it. So I thought that maybe that would be something that she could like recommend me certain exercises, and that wasn't the case. Everyone was doing exactly the same workouts. And don't get me wrong, I did message her one time and asked, I said, look, I'm struggling with this one exercise, what can I change it out with? And she did reply, but I also know that a lot of girls in the group had said that she was taking like weeks to reply as well. So if you're looking for a one-to-one experience, sign up to the one-to-one coaching, because with the 8-week plan you don't get that, but you do get insight into how to calculate your macros and stuff, and you do get an 8-week training plan as well. So that is what you get. I'm going to tell you how much I paid. So the 8-week course I think is 150 quid, but if you sign up to it early bird like I did, you get £25 off, I believe. So I paid £125. Do I think it's worth it? Do you know what? I'm still really torn. I think she was like a real life person. She was there to answer questions, so you do get that support. But at the same time, I know that there are a lot of other people who provide more cookie cutter plans for a lot less. So it just massively depends what you want. But I am glad that I did it. It has kickstarted my kind of like getting into health and fitness again. And yeah, I don't regret it. But I just think that's something that I wish that I knew beforehand. But anyway, I thought I would share with you guys the results I did see. When you sign up, you have this thing called True Coach, and you have to check in and kind of update all your measurements. So I said this before, that I was tracking my weight, my measurements, and I was also doing progress photos as well. So I have to check in every Wednesday with those 3 things. Here's the results that I have seen so far. So 30th of January is when I started taking my health more seriously. Since then, I've lost 4.35 kilograms, which, to be honest, isn't that much. Up until when I started doing this 8-week program, I was very kind of like on and off, wasn't really sure what I was doing, if I was doing it right or whatever. Was just a little bit half-assed with it. So I did see some progress before this program, but wasn't consistent. So I've been doing this program for 8 weeks. In those 8 weeks, I've lost 1 kilogram. That is not a lot of weight. I have said this before, that you shouldn't just go by weight, because it's, especially for women, it's not the most accurate way of tracking your progress. For example, my last check-in, I didn't really lose anything, but that kind of coincides with my time of the month. So I don't, like, yes, it's good to track your weight, but don't just rely on that solely, is what I would say. And then my measurements. So I lost 5 centimeters from my chest. When I say chest, I mean like under my boobs, which I was really surprised about. But anyway, I lost 3 centimeters from my waist, 4 from my stomach, 3 from my hips, 4 from my glutes, 3 centimeters from each thigh, and I lost 1 centimeter from each bicep, non-flexed. So it's difficult to say whether that's a lot or not. Obviously everyone's gonna lose weight at different rates, whatever. So it was a total centimetre loss of 28 centimetres, if I can do maths correctly. So things that I've seen, I don't think I've like drastically lost a lot of weight, but I do feel like my shape's kind of changing. I'm kind of smoothing out a little bit. I feel like my clothes are a little bit more comfortable. And at the end of the day, what I wanted is to be able to create more of a lifestyle for myself that I can keep up. I'm not all about doing a fatty diet, losing loads of weight for holiday and then putting it back on. You know, I want to kind of make a commitment to this and to myself and really stick to it for a long time. I have struggled this last week because it was my birthday, like last Wednesday, which was like the Wednesday before the end of my final check-in, and obviously kind of binged a little bit then, and then felt like I kind of fell off track a little bit for the rest of the week. I've got it back now, but it's also kind of coinciding with my time of the month, so that is like the main struggles when you're feeling a bit anyway. But yeah, let me show you my kind of physique update. I'm gonna chuck in some images as a comparison. The images that I'm putting in there are from, let me give you the exact date, are from the 2nd of January. So 2nd of January was when I tried to do the Gymshark 66, didn't stick to it, fell off track, waste of time. And then the 30th of January is when I started weighing myself, because we got the new scales that measure all your fat percentage, water percentage, muscle, all of that. I'll link those down below as well, because honestly, I find it really, really interesting, really good. You can share it, so me and Steve use the same scale, and we have like apps on our phone that we can sort of, yeah, do it that way. So they were quite cheap from Amazon, I think. I'll link them down below because I would really recommend. It's really interesting to kind of, obviously pinch of salt and everything, but it's good to kind of realise how what your body is made up of, how much fat, how much muscle, how much bone, you know. So yeah, let me take my top off and I will show you what I'm working with. Okay, hopefully you'll be able to see enough from that angle. So like I said, I've not like lost heaps of weight. I don't feel like I have, I don't feel like it looks like I have, but I have noticed that I'm kind of, disclaimer, I'm a little bit bloated at the moment, but I do feel like I'm kind of smoothing out and I'm getting my waist back a little bit. Feel like my stomach's definitely kind of flattened a lot. I would show you guys the photos I actually submitted to my coach, but I'm not wearing much in them and I feel like it's a little bit much to post on here. But I've definitely noticed that my stomach has sort of like tightened up a little bit. I feel like that's the main area that I have personally noticed a difference. Steve said that he notices it in my legs, but I personally don't really. From the photos I sent my coach, I have seen a little bit of like loss, kind of like on my, I think they call them like saddlebags, which is rude. But yeah, I feel like I'm slowly getting there. I tanned this morning, so if my skin looks a bit blotchy, that's why. Yeah. I'm happy with the direction that I'm moving in. I haven't seen huge results, but I'm happy that I'm seeing results and that I'm finding it pretty easy to kind of maintain. So moving forward, my plan is to obviously stick tracking my macros. I've been really enjoying that and I find that that is what's working for me. So I'm gonna stick with that, and then obviously if I find myself plateauing, then I'll kind of readjust them, and that is one good thing, is that I've kind of learned how to do that now. So I feel comfortable making slight tweaks to kind of make sure I'm still seeing progress. Workout wise, I'm not going to keep up with the workout that she set, because to be honest, like, workouts have never been where I've struggled. Yeah, the split that I'm doing, one thing that I have been loving is having a routine and knowing which days I'm going to have a rest, and you know, knowing which days I'm going to be on my rest day calories, knowing which days I'm going to give my body a rest or whatever. And that is the one thing, is having a routine. So my routine is rest days are always on a Wednesday and a Sunday, and I'm loving that. That is what I have been doing with my coach, but I'm going to keep that up. And then what I'm going to do is actually I'm going to do 2 leg sessions a week and 2 upper body sessions a week, and then 1 cardio session. But I'm going to make sure that I get in, I don't want to call it cardio, but a bit of cardio every single day. So that's one thing that I've been trying to focus on the whole time we've been locked down, is getting like all my steps in, making sure that I'm moving, and I'm not just sat on my ass all the time. So when the gyms do reopen, which I am psyched about, 25th, so it's not that long. I know it's really going to split people whether they feel comfortable or not, and I completely get that. I personally am going to be going back to the gym. I feel like I need to for my mental health at this point, because I am getting very like bored of being cooped up, because that's what it feels like. So I am going to be going to the gym. So I think at the end of every session I will be doing a little bit of cardio, whether it's 10 minutes on the Stairmaster or walking on an incline. It doesn't have to be crazy cardio, but just getting something in. So yeah, I'm gonna do like 2 leg sessions a week. My 2 upper body sessions, I've done this for so long and I love it, but I split it into push and pull. So push exercises are more like shoulders and chest, any exercising where you're pushing, and then pull is more like back, triceps. So obviously if you think about like a back row, things like that. I personally love splitting them like that. I know a lot of people do, but obviously everyone's different, so I'm going to be doing that. Then my cardio, when the gym reopens, I'm hoping we have a virtual spin studio, so I'm hoping I'll be able to use that, but I don't really know what the situation's going to be like. So if they think it's safe to have the studio, then I will hopefully book a slot and do that. If not, I might just have to go for a run, but I hate running, so we shall see. But anyway, I'm really psyched, because I'm kind of like, I was getting really bored of the workouts I was doing, so I'm really excited to kind of switch it up and try something new now. But yeah, I hope this has been, I don't know, interesting or insightful or helpful, anything really. And yeah, any links that I think will be helpful, I'll try and link them down below, stuff that's kind of helped me out along the way. But I hope you guys have enjoyed this video. If you have, please don't forget to give it a thumbs up, because it really supports my channel. And if you haven't already subscribed, don't forget to hit the subscribe button and turn your notifications on so you never miss an upcoming video. And until next time, I will see you guys later.